You know, coming into today, I think everybody's still a little nervous. Everybody's unsure. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think the board was 100% sure. We've got an executive order, so the board passed that executive, they passed to follow that executive order today. So masks are mandated now, and Quincy Public Schools went indoors. So, but what was the feeling at the beginning of the day? It wasn't a good feeling. It was an unsettling feeling, an unsure feeling, and I think we're leaving the board meeting with that. I mean, we hear from a lot of parents on both sides. So we'll continue to listen. We'll continue to try to adjust and make our plans. But right now, we've got from the board the guidance that masks are mandated.
And it was a 5-2, correct?
It was a 5-2 vote.
And do you think this vote is the best option for students?
Well, it was my recommendation. So yes, I do think it was the best option for students. But what I think and I'm not an expert. I'm not a medical expert. I'm barely an educational knowledge. So I just do the best I can. I make a recommendation on what I know and understand and what I feel. So and the board, they voted the same way. They're not medical experts sitting up there either.
And do you know, as of right now, what the repercussions will be for students who show up to school and don't wear masks?
No. Do you? No? You could put that on the air, but I'm going to meet with our principals today. So we had, it's been less than a week since we had the executive order. The board passed that they're going to follow that mandate today. So in that progression, now I'm going to meet with the administrators this afternoon. And it's our job to enforce board policy. So we have to figure out how we're going to get that done. In a normal situation, discipline isn't an easy thing. Our staff, our administration do an amazing job at it. When you're in a situation where parents don't support the school or support the rule or support the mandate, that's a huge challenge. Discipline's difficult anyways. When the parents don't support, it's close to impossible. So we'll see what we come up with.
Okay, and were you afraid of your schools losing state funding?
Afraid of losing state funding? No, not too much. I don't think there are going to be school districts that vote to go against the mandate for masks. And we'll see what happens. There's a lot of things that could happen. You could lose your recognition status. You could lose state funding. You could lose. You could be in a liability situation. You could lose your tort immunity and the ability to be indemnified, not only as a district but as an individual superintendent. So there's a lot of risk out there. But what comes to fruition for those districts, I don't know. But if I was a gambling man, I wouldn't think that in an election year that for governor that they would come down to any district and take away funding from a school district.
So if there's no worry about a repercussion from the state, why the other reasons you just stated, is that why you made the recommendation you made?
There's a few reasons I made the recommendation I made, and again, it's not necessarily in agreement with everybody here, but the risk to a school district, just because I don't think something's going to occur, I still have to weigh out all the risk and then mitigate the risk. There's the financial risk. I think there's also still a risk to our children that have immune deficiencies, our kids that are coming off cancer treatments. In a real small school district, you may know exactly who those kids are. There may be one or two. In a school district our size, there's probably 250, 300 kids. So to look out for their welfare and to mitigate all the risk I can as superintendent for those kids coming into school, I felt that a mask mandate was important.